Hello guys and girls, my name is Beag and today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to get started on The Division. Hopefully these tips will be able to give you a bit of a boost on the game and hopefully make it so that you are more satisfied with your character. So one of the first things that I want to go by is by selling whatever you have picked up. Anything you have looted in the early parts of the game, just get rid of it. You don't need it because you'll be picking up better loot as you go along and eventually you're going to be selling it anyway. What that will let you do is save some credits for later on in the game where you can get yourself some better weapons. And there's definitely no harm in starting that early on. One of the most important parts of this game is to loot. You're going to have to go around and you're going to have to be looting as much as you possibly can. Also when you're doing missions, side missions, main missions, it doesn't really matter. If you have a look around, you'll probably spot some loot that you can pick up at the same time. And looting is an ongoing process, you'll be doing that quite a lot. Even if it's not just picking up boxes or looting houses or apartment buildings. Sometimes you'll be able to kill some enemies and you'll be able to loot some stuff off them as well. If you defeat higher ranked enemies, you'll get better loot. It's as simple as that. The harder the enemy, the better the loot you'll get. What you loot will always vary, but you also want to look out for something quite specific, which will be electronics and tools, for example. What you can do with those parts is make extended magazines or reflex sights, and you can use those to mod your guns with. You can also use these parts to craft other things as well. And looting really does have a big aspect on the game. Places that you loot from will vary, so you can check out shops, for example. You can also go into multi-floor apartment buildings and check back alleys for any loot. Obviously as the loot builds up you might find some items that you might want to stick onto your character. Some other stuff you may want to deconstruct, some other stuff you may want to sell. It completely depends exactly what you wanted to do. Selling will obviously give you the option to buy different gear later on. Whereas if you deconstruct weapons you can get parts which you can use to do some crafting. Add these on top to any parts that you've already picked up and you can craft quite a few things out of it. Also, to add to the whole looting thing, if you see a civilian in need, if you give them what they want, they'll drop you something, so it could be weapons or attachments or clothing. That's everything you need for a growing character. Obviously you wouldn't be playing a game like this if you didn't want some firefights either. So get yourself out there, go explore, go find some side missions to do. Killing enemies and helping out will always give you XP, that will make you rank up quicker, and you'll also be able to get yourself some precious loot if you look in the right places. And obviously you're having fun playing the game, so that's what we're all here for really, isn't it? Main missions as well, also very important. You have to go and do the main missions, otherwise you don't progress throughout the game. By doing the main missions you'll be able to unlock different areas, different places to go, but you'll also be able to rank up quicker and obviously get into the bigger places of the game where you need to be these high ranks. You will find different areas in the game where you have to be a higher rank. I would recommend not going into these places so early because the enemies do get tougher and you will die, especially for the Dark Zone. I went in there to see how it was and I got absolutely slaughtered straight away. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to go in there and die, feel free. Even worse, it wasn't even a real player that killed me, it was an NPC. When you go to build your character, it may be a really good idea to make sure that you go to Uplay first and redeem any rewards that you might have coming as well. You'll be able to find yourself some interesting gear, and you might find some things to aid your progression during the game, so I'd recommend checking that out first. If you do go to the reward vendor, he will give you plenty of stuff if you have it waiting for you. If you unlock stuff on Uplay rewards, then you will pick it up at the rewards vendor, and these could be anything from customizables to weapons. You could either keep them to yourself or you can just get rid of them, that's up to you. After you take your trip to the rewards vendor, I would recommend taking a look at your character and seeing what you can do to customize. Remember you can add mods to your guns, you can change your appearance as well with anything that you've picked up throughout the game so far. Anything that you've picked up from the rewards vendor as well, you can probably attach that to yourself. Some of the rewards that I've managed to get include guns and a few customizables as well, which is quite handy. By doing this you can make your character look pretty boss. I'm sure you'll probably still get killed in the dark zone anyway. But hey, you look good while doing it. While you are customizing your character, don't forget to keep an eye on the DPS, health and skill power at the top of the screen. When you swap to different attachments, you will find that these change. In the green is good, in the red is bad, it's as simple as that. Each item that you equip will change these, so you want to try and get the best balance which is suited to you. If you're one of those players that dive in there and try to get as many kills as possible, you'll probably want the most health as possible. If you're one of those players that like to sit back and provide support, then you'll want to look at the DPS and the skill power. Guys and girls, that's all I have for you. Hopefully you'll find these tips useful and you can use them towards your game. I've enjoyed the game so far. I've got a few intentions of making a few more videos myself and seeing what else I can make of it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, but just go out there and play the Division. Go for it. Please don't forget to like this video, and if you didn't like it, then please let us know in the comments section below what we can do to improve it. Feedback is always welcome, so thanks very much in advance for that. And if you want to see more content on the Division or otherwise, please subscribe. Thanks very much for watching all, and I'll see you next time.
Target is secure. No more hostiles detected.
Why are you still here? Go on, go.